Hey guys, did you see last night's episode of Big Brother 24 Zingbot episode? We're not gonna talk about that too long. I just thought it was funny that basically Zingbot called Michael ugly, said Brittany had crazy eyes, called Monty boring, called Terrence what did he? I don't forget what he called Terrence, but called Turner stinky, and said Alyssa was dead weight, and called Taylor ice cold, ice queen. So, is it me or is Zingbot body shaming? Is Zingbot doing? Zingbot is an ageist called. He called Terrence a fossil. So why are we canceling Zingbot? Which brings me to why I decided to make this video, because people keep dropping into my comments the one about one of my top viewed videos ever, actually. Thank you for commenting, moving me up in the algorithm. So I've read every comment and I've commented on every comment. So many people seem to think that, why is what Kyle did any different from the Cookout, or the Cookout was racist, or Kyle was just making an assumption based on what the Cookout did last season. Like if I saw a lot of black people, I would assume that, they were, forming an alliance based on what the Cookout did. But it's like, look, that's because you are not the minority in the country. I'm not gonna say the world, because it's not, like the majority of the world is not white, but that's a whole different video. But they run the world, and so it's that mentality that makes it concerning that you would drop into my comments and like make that plea that, oh my god, Kyle was just doing what would come naturally. You see black people gathering, they must be together. But here's the thing, they were not gathering. You see a lot of black people, so you just assume they're working together, when traditionally they always say black people don't work together, black people never come together. That's the given, known. Maybe that's known amongst black people. Why can't we ever work together? Why can't we ever support each other? Which the Cookout actually supported each other and worked together. But these particular black people in the house are not working together. They never have been. In fact, they were putting each other on a block and gunning for each other. That's what the Cookout didn't do. So by Kyle saying that maybe they're all working together, that they have this all common, why they're on the show, like, Taylor won't put up another black woman. Joseph wants representation because he's Middle Eastern representation, and Indy wants to be the first Brazilian. They all have that strong why. Like, Kyle, what's your why? Like, what was your why? That's my question. What was Kyle's why? But he's a, as Evelyn from Basketball Wise says, he's a non-motherfucking factor. Okay? Kyle's no longer a factor, but the conversation still continues because I keep getting comments about Kyle. So it's just funny that the majority, meaning, I'm just going to say it, white people who comment in my comments, the majority are, because, I made the comment, well, he's not racist, he has racial biases. But those racial biases, it's semantics at this point. I think somebody did comment. It is semantics, because I think that his attitude is why it was a problem. Because you don't have to say outright racist things to not have those undertones. And I think that is the problem that most people have. And I think every black person in America has experienced that. You walk into a room and it's like, the music stops. So it can be inferred that it's some racism about to take place. Like, no white person, very rarely does a white person have to walk into a restaurant and count unconsciously how many other white people are in the room. That's an everyday occurrence for black people. Wherever you go, I don't see any black people on the street in this little area of town. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. So that, unless you're going to the hood just to visit, that rarely happens to white people. So that's something to consider when you make these comments about, oh, the black people are working together. Or like, and I've told this story once before in another video. I work in the industry, went to an industry party, and this industry is like 2%, it's advertising, 2% black people total. So at the industry party, naturally, it's 2% black people. And hey, guess what? We happen to know each other. And this one white girl whose name is Karen, ironically, and this was years ago, and she's not actually the Karen type, but her name is Karen. So she would always come up to us at parties. Why are all the black people hanging out together? Why don't you go around? And my response to Karen was like, Karen, all the white people are hanging out with people they know. It's just so many of you. You're talking to your friends, they're talking to their friends, but it's so many. But when the black people are talking to their friends, oh, it's a problem. So something to consider. It's not reverse racism. It's just sticking together for a greater cause, for at least one of us to win. Just one. Terrence, Monty, and Taylor, who were left in the house, are not working together. Like, in fact, Terrence is always gunning for Taylor. Monty's always on the fence about Taylor. Taylor's sticking with Michael and Brittany, like riding with them when they just gonna backstab her. So drop into the comments and leave more, just vent some more, or tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about what I said. I don't, it doesn't bother me if you agree or disagree, but I do like other perspectives. Like and subscribe.